Welcome to Windfell Farms. This is Daniel. This will be our last update on the cabin and the build. If you like what you're seeing, hit like and subscribe for all the future videos and other things that I get myself into. Right here you're seeing the main entrance. We got exposed beams, 24 foot to the peak of the ceiling. Basically redid everything except for the floor in the master bedroom here and the cedar log walls. We expanded the master bath out, double sinked it, and then put in a stand-up shower versus the tub shower combo. Vaulted ceilings now versus the 7.5 feet. And then we'll move out here into the screened-in porch area. This was also original. The floor was original, and we redid the roof and redid all the screens. Put in an open air deck as well so we can entertain. Added a wood stove in case the power goes out. That'll actually heat the entire cabin, which really isn't a cabin anymore, is it? We put in a really nice kitchen, put in a Forno stove, gas stove, 6x10 island. Really opened up the space a bit for more entertaining. Kept the second bathroom. It is bigger than the original, and kept the tub shower combo in there because you got to have a place to wash the dog. Then we'll move over into the smaller of the 3 bedrooms. Still able to sleep 5 in that room. And then we'll go across the hall here into the other larger bedroom. And we can sleep about 6 in this room. With the loft that has a futon that folds out. That'll be where we put the Xbox or PS3 and have a little gaming room up there. We'll take a quick left here, put those barn doors in as well to close off the mudroom. And so we've got a large sink, washer, dryer, fridges, freezers, and whatnot out there. So that's the inside of the place. As you can see, it really opened it up. Now we'll move outside a little bit. Sorry for the scattered video skipping on me. What we have here is basically the front of the property. This is the creek that runs down front. You see the road up there on the mid-right. You'll see that white house on the bottom left there. And we'll take a turn here. And there's still a lot of cleanup that has to be done outside of the property around the house, and we've just kind of pushed things off to the side so we can get to the main pieces for the rebuild first. The White House is still there. At some point we'll have to tear that down. There's not much, the weather's beat that up pretty good, so there's not much we can do with that. We did end up graveling the road that goes back up into the barn area from the White House down there. And that was primarily just because the ruts had gotten so deep from all the rain that had come through over the last couple of years. We also rebuilt the well house. That is actually using logs from the original cabin, that little square building in the middle bottom down there. Still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the tin on the ground there, so that'll be there for a while. Still have to redo the garage roof, but that's minor comparatively. So we'll move back here to the back of the property a little bit. Give you kind of a view of going up to the back. You'll see it's open on the right side pretty much because that's where we got most of the tree damage. And then have a lot of cleanup to do still on top of the hill. That pile on the left there that you're seeing, that middle left there, that's actually down into a ravine. So I'm just taking stuff off the top and pushing it down into the ravine to get it out of the way so I can have my field back up on top. And you can see all of the debris that's got to get picked up on top yet. So some of that is a good stack lumber so that I can use it for firewood, and the rest of it's just punk wood that, I'll have to just kind of throw down the bottom of the hill and let it rot out. The good logs I'll probably keep. You can see I'm stacking them down there at the bottom. And at some point I'll either give them to a mill or I'll buy a mill and use that for other build projects that I got going on. We'll go back towards the house a little bit here just so you can see the flyover from the backside. That open air deck actually wraps around to the back. So you can see it actually provides a lot of entertaining potential down there. And then we do have water heater on propane, the gas stove on propane. And then we have hookups on the open air deck for propane. So if you wanted to hook your grill up to that, you could do that too. So that right now is kind of where we sit with the build of the property so far. And we'll head back here in a little bit, show you a little bit more of the back. All right, so now we're a little further back. We're back behind all that debris and whatnot. You'll see that in a second here. It'll show you that we're kind of right on top of all that stuff. There's that pile down in the ravine. We'll continue to turn around here. Still a lot of cleanup, a lot of cleanup. We'll be cleaning up out here for a couple years yet. There's the house, so we'll continue to flip around here. Pretty views. We really opened it up a little bit down around the cabin, so you can actually see the hilltops now versus just the canopies of the tree in front of you. Gets a lot more sun, which means we have a lot more grass and stuff growing versus moss. It's good and bad. So we get the heat of the day, and we kind of miss the shade sometimes. All right, so here's that right side is where all the trees kind of blew down. Loggers came in and helped pull a bunch of that stuff out of there, took that to the mill. But I've got to get in there and take a bush hog or a forestry mulcher and knock all that stuff down. This video was taken in July. I'm actually doing the recording in mid-August. And so most of this stuff that you're seeing, you know, if I'm driving through it with a side-by-side, it's about 8 foot tall. So those saplings and the weeds and crap, the briars are all up pretty high. So I'm going to have to get out there and take care of that this fall. So while we focused on everything else, the rest of the property was kind of left to its own, and it's kind of Mother Nature took control. You'll see up there in the top middle up there now, we're coming around by the pond. That's still holding water, still does well. Haven't been up there to fish or anything. Did put some blue ink, some dye basically. That helps keep the algae from getting too bad. I think with all the extra growth that's happening on the side hills, because it is a drainage pond, it's not filling up as much because the water is actually getting into the soil now, and it's not going down into the pond. But that tree that you're seeing in the middle that's dead there, that actually fell about a month and a half ago, right before I did the video. But as you can see, there's a lot of sapling growth and stuff up there. So if you know anybody with like a skid steer just wants to mess around for a weekend, give me a call. We can definitely get a lot of this stuff cleaned up quicker with more people, more machines. So now we're heading back towards the two buildings, the truck up there on the right. That's where I'm controlling the drone from. But you'll see we still have all this down timber that I've got to pull off of the hilltop up here, the flatter part that was field, so that I can turn it back into field. But all this debris has got to get picked up, and some of it's savable for firewood, and other of it's just rotted out punk wood and just needs to get thrown into a pile and burnt. The two buildings there, those were behind the original cabin. We did pull those out. I have to redo the roofs on them. I might figure out how to get them up on stilts and use them as shooting houses for deer and turkey. So that kind of gives you the whole idea of where we're at. So thank you for watching, and have a good day.